It's something I think every home needs. I ordered these. You know, I think we're going to try and catch them one by one. We've been talking about making some changes to the kitchen. I love the dining area, but I just feel like we need to do something to the main part of the kitchen. Look how cute this looks. A little Mexican meal tonight. Good morning and welcome back to a new weekend vlog. Bless you.
Thank you.
Aid's got the sneezes this morning. I've just made coffee and I have my recipe journal out. I'll tell you more about that in a moment. And I'm about to make some cheese scones. So I'm starting off the weekend. It is actually Friday, but we're in weekend mode. I'm starting off by making some cheese scones. We're going over to visit our son this morning. I'm taking him out for lunch. So I thought I would take over some cheese scones with me. My, what's the word? My thing of love is food, in case you haven't noticed. So it's going to be cheese scones to take over to Louis today. It's going to be a nice weekend. It was forecast to be 27 degrees and sunny, and it's got cooler and cooler throughout the week, and now it's cloudy and about 20, so quite the difference, but as long as the rain holds off. I'm really hoping that we go to a vintage flea market on Sunday, and anything else I have no idea at the moment. We're just wing it. We'll get through the weekend together. So I hope you're all well. I hope you've had a good week, and leave a comment below and let me know what you've been up to lately. Right, let's crack on with these cheese scones. By the way, this is my recipe journal. It's something I think every home needs. I've put this together. This is just an A5 planner, binder, whatever you want to call it. You can pick them up super cheap, especially if you go somewhere like Primark. They're really, really reasonably priced. And I have made my own pages just using the holes or using the thingies inside to guide me to make my own pages, and this is where all our favorite home recipes go, and I've personalized them. I put photos in. This is a German one, so I've got my great grandma, photo of my grandma and my aunt in there, all from Germany. We've got our Christmas Day brownies that Louis loves. I've got them in here. Basically, this is a recipe book. Like when the kids come home, if they want to, like if Louis wants to make the brownies or anything like that, or everything is in here that they know I make. The Rocky Road that I make, the banana bread, the pumpkin cake, everything is in here. Holly recently gave me a recipe for some bagels and she uses it all the time. So I've put the recipe in there along with the photo and the little story that it's Holly's recipe. So not only are the recipes in here, there's quite often a little photo. There's my cheese scone I'm about to make, but also the story behind it. And the idea is that the kids will have this when I'm no longer around. They've got all our favourite recipes in here. Because how often have you been in that situation? I know we've been in that like that with family ones, like my nan, my German nan especially. There's one particular recipe, we don't know what it was. It was a cake she made. But I would love to know her goulash recipe that she made and things like that. And if we'd have had them all in a special little journal, it would be so, so nice. And it's something, I have a craft community, that's my full-time business. It's something I always urge people to do. It doesn't have to be fancy, but somewhere that you keep all your special recipes that your kids or your family know you for. Pop them in a journal because it makes a huge, I was going to say difference. It does make a difference because they've got them to go to. It's just a really nice feeling. But also for me now, making my cheese scones, I just pick this up. So if there's all our favourite things are in here, and it's just nice having them all in one place. So I think it's a very, very special keepsake, and I think every home should have one. So there, that's me. I'm going to crack on with these cheese scones. So I touched briefly on love language, and that's something I was just going to share briefly with you today. And that is, have you ever really thought about not only your own, but the people around you, your family members, your close friends, their favorite type of love language. What is their love language? I did a quiz in a magazine back when the kids were younger. Just a random quiz that I'd seen. I hadn't really sort of thought deeply into it, but it really opened my eyes as to what are the people around you, what means the most to them. I'm a foodie person, and to me as well, quality time is really, really important. So for me now, I'm giving up my precious time to make something for somebody I love. And I know Louis, our son, is also very similar. He really, really appreciates quality time. To give your time to him has always been really important. He loves being with people. He loves having friends around him. And he really appreciates people giving their time. So by me making these scones, I know he will really, really appreciate them because he knows I've given up the time for him. And he's also the type of person that really appreciates a homemade birthday cake, a handmade card. He's very quite sentimental, so that kind of thing really means a lot. Words of affirmation are always really important to him too. He's always thrived, even from like being a child, on you praising him. It means a lot to him. And funnily enough, I mentioned that to my dad recently, and I said that to him, and he said he's exactly the same, that when people just are kind and just use their words to say nice things and you feel appreciated, he said that definitely means a lot to him. And I never knew that about my dad, and I think I've known my dad now for 50 odd years and I never knew that about him. Isn't that funny? So it's really, really interesting. Do you know, I'm not sure what my mum's is actually. I'm not sure. My mum's a funny one. I'm not sure. Quality time could be, but she's the most difficult person to get quality time with her. She's so busy. Acts of service, I don't know, that could be. But basically, let's run through them. And it might help you then to figure out what means a lot to your family and friends. So we'll go through the first one. There's acts of service. There's basically 5 different love languages. Acts of service show organization hacks, decluttering. You can help somebody with a DIY project. Could be that you've got a family member that, like Aid's dad's a bit like that actually. He always wants to do something. So I think acts of service is his one. He will often bake us a cake. So yes, I guess acts of service is his one. Then you've also got quality time. Somebody that it's important to you that you go and have the quality time with them. My sister's a bit like that actually. She always wants to have quality time. She wants to go out for the day, wants to go out for coffee. I think quality time one is her one actually. Then you've got physical touch. You've got people that maybe want to have like the massages, just want to be snuggling up, that kind of thing. People that are, like to be close to you. So you've got that one as well. And then there's words of affirmation. This is something that we spoke of before. People that like to be praised, really appreciate, maybe like you've got people that maybe would like a really cute poem written, that kind of thing. That would mean a lot to them. And then there's the receiving gifts. Obviously that's quite a self-explanatory one. So it's interesting to actually have a think about your close family and friends and what does mean the most to them. I am somebody that appreciates quality time. That really means a lot to me. I would personally rather spend the time with somebody that I really like than have a gift. I would much rather for my birthday go out for the day with Aid and do something really, really nice than receive a gift. I don't need gifts. Gifts are not important to me. I think of my way of thinking about it is over the years, I remember things that we've done with family and friends, things where we've gone out, we've done things, hung out with them. But a gift you don't always remember. Somebody might buy you something really, really lovely. But do you remember that 10 years on? Not always. It depends what it is, obviously. Aid bought me my KitchenAid for my 40th birthday, and it has been one of my best gifts ever. I love it. So it does depend. It really does. That does vary. But to me, time is really, really important. I think my mum is somebody acts of service. Mum does like doing things for people. She does a lot for people in her village. She's somebody that's always there to volunteer, will help somebody if they need it. If somebody needs something doing, she knits a lot for people. She helps the elderly. So Mum is that type of person. So it's very, very interesting. And I wonder actually if you see what people do for others, if that's something they would appreciate in return. I wonder if that's how it works as well. But I think it's really interesting to really kind of like study your close family, friends, and have a little think about how are people, what do people appreciate, and the things that you're doing for somebody, do they appreciate them in return? Are they that type of person? Because that's quite interesting as well. For me, I love making food for people, but actually if I'm making it for somebody that really couldn't care less about food, then I'm kind of wasting my time really. And actually that person may just appreciate something hand bought in a pretty gift bag more than what I'm doing for them now. So yes, it's a very interesting one to think about. Oh, these are really nice.
It's very nice.
I've done you a special one.
That scares me.
I had a little bit of dough left, so I made Aid a special one, just in case you could notice it. And we've got a couple of Mickey ones as well.
Close to violet on a Sunday, nearly made it into bloom, but I know, oh, the ordinary Monday turning back to blue, long for what's to come, keep forgetting how to make it known before it's already gone.
Full of post-its in the ceiling of things I'd like to follow through, but I hope
They smell so good. We're just going to wait for them to cool a little bit before Aid has his special one. We are just home from Winchester visiting our son. I have a cheese to share with you. I know lots of you are cheesies as well. So I took Louis food shopping in Aldi, and Louis also loves a good strong cheese like us. And this is the cheese that we always get from Waitrose, which we love. And Louis said, have you tried this one in Aldi? He said it's just as good as the Waitrose. How much do you usually pay for the Waitrose one, by the way?
The 350 grams is £4 something, £4.70. Sometimes an offer though.
Okay.
£4 something.
And this Aldi one is 300 grams. Okay, so probably the price is quite similar. And we've just brought this home upon Louis' recommendation. It's actually better than the Waitrose one. It's got such a good tang. They're both number 7 as far as strongness goes. I think the Aldi one has a bit more tang to it. What have you looked at? You just look shocked.
We've got a free bag of bacon rashers from Morrison's.
Free bag of bacon crisps from Morrison's made you really happy. Yes, I wanted to share the cheese with you. We've just been trying the cheese with the scones. It was very, very nice. Lunch was lovely today. I had one of the best pub lunches I've ever had. It was just in a Green King, and Aid had his usual gammon and steak. Louis went for scampi and fries. We were with Louis' dad as well. It was a bit of an early Dad's Day lunch for the two dads. And myself and Louis' dad went for it was on the specials board. What was it again? Middle Eastern flatbread.
Middle Eastern promise flatbread or something.
Oh,
like that.
it was so good. One of the best probably the best pub lunch I've ever had. It was like a pizza, a little bit of like tomato on it, but then it was like lamb kofta. It had onion and rocket. It had fries on it, and this minty yogurt sauce. It was so good all over it. It was so tasty. I didn't want it to end. It was so good. I also wanted to show you, I've had just a knock on the door and I've had 2 Amazon buys come in that I'm very excited about. Excuse the coats behind, we're about to head out the door. We've just come in, just had a bite to eat, gonna get washed and changed, and then we're heading back out. So I ordered these. You know, when I made our tacos the other day, I just felt like, rather than just having them flat on the plate, I like it when I go to a restaurant. I've been in the States a few times and I have fish tacos. I love fish tacos. It's always my go-to if it's on the menu when we're in like Florida or somewhere like that. And they always have a cute little stand to pop it on. So I thought, I need a cute little stand. And I didn't want like one of the plasticky ones. They're often like red, and I just wanted something really cute. And I was kind of like visualizing something maybe ceramic. And then I saw these. I couldn't find anything ceramic. And I saw these gold ones. I don't know how well you can see this. Comes with a pot either end. And I didn't know. Comes with a spoon, and it comes as a set of 2. Got a space there for 3 tacos. £10.99. Isn't that good? So we're gonna make, I've got a recipe today that I found for lime chicken and lime pineapple tacos. So we're gonna have those this weekend. I'm going to make them with you. I'm gonna use our new little taco stand. So I'm very excited about that. I think that will be really cute. And the other thing is, we've been talking about making some changes to the kitchen. I love the dining area, but I just feel like we need to do something to the main part of the kitchen. I just feel like it needs a burst of something. One of the things, you can't really tell because the coats are there, since before we moved into the house, and I've had it on my Pinterest board, I've wanted like tiles or something. I don't want like loads of colour in the kitchen, but I just want a few little pops of something. And I visualised having tiles on that bit of the, I don't know what you call it, the bit behind where the seats are. I also want to cut some of the legs off the seats. Aid's dad's going to do that because they're too tall. And we've been meaning to do it now for 2.5 years. So I'm hoping he's going to do it this summer for us, but we obviously need to take the stools over to him. But I want to put something, so I don't want to do something permanent. I want to do something maybe to put on a board to pop in there. So I don't want it to be heavy. I don't want to put it straight on in case we don't like it, or in time I want to change it. So it needs to be versatile. So I thought about having either some vinyl or some stick-on tiles. So started looking around and I saw some on Amazon that I loved. They are, I've ordered them obviously, a pack of 24. And they're all like vintage looking. So I've just been like laying them out to get a bit of a feel. Aid's not 100% sure. What do you think? It was £6.90 something. I think stuck on a board, like I'm thinking like MDF or something, to push at the back. I really like them, and the colours go so well. Aid thinks they just look like somebody's photocopied them and printed them on a really bad printer. That's his thoughts. I really like them. I think they could work really, really nicely. What's your thoughts? And for behind here, I'm thinking I want some colour on the wall behind. I do quite like my sparkly backsplash still. But I don't know. And I thought before we actually go ahead and tile, do we actually paint? In case we don't like it, then that way we can always paint over the top. Whereas tile is obviously a lot more. It's an expensive mistake to make if you don't like it. What's your thoughts? I'm thinking green. Need to be careful because of the mixer, but I'm thinking it's this book and our artwork all the time that inspire me for this room. So I'm loving the greens and teals with a tiny pop of red. That's what I'm loving. So I'm thinking like green or like a minty green or something. Then we've got the teal accents as well. A few pops of red. Like I've just moved the butter dish because we've just had some butter, but that belongs there. What's your thoughts? What do you think? Fancying a bit of colour in here. We're heading out to the pub. I'm going to go and get ready. We are going out with our friends Becky and Craig tonight. Local friends. They messaged last night saying, do you fancy going out for a drink? And we thought that would be really nice. So we're going to pick them up and go to a little pub for a Coke tonight. Happy Sunday. No, happy Saturday. I'm wishing the weekend away. I think it's because we had a nice day yesterday. Welcome to Saturday. It is already into the afternoon. I wasn't going to pick up the camera actually because we're having a bit of an ass day. But we've got a bit of a problem on our hands. Aid's just called me into the garden. We're doing a bit of gardening. We've got a crack appeared in the middle of the lawn from where it's obviously dehydrated the lawn, and we've got mice. I've seen 2 out there peering their little heads out. Aid's seen 3 at once. So we think we've probably got a lot under there. He's just read, if you see 1, you've got potentially 10 more. So we've seen 3 so far. They are so cute. We love mice, anything like that, but we don't love them in the house. We had a problem with them when we moved into the house in the garage. They started to get into boxes and things. We don't want a problem on our hands. Any recommendations? What do you think we should do? I've just spoken to my mum. I thought with her husband having been a country boy, he might have some advice, and the only advice was to get an owl. That's not advice. That's just silly. So we're not getting an owl. I don't want to kill them though. All Mum said about moving them, catching them and moving them. We've obviously got all fields on the back, so we think we've potentially got burrows or something, whatever they do, underground. So we're not quite sure what to do at the moment, but we just feel really mean. Aid's been reading about flooding them. We just feel so mean doing that. I don't know. We don't want to hurt them, but we don't want a problem on our hands either. So little. Hey cutie, I don't want to hurt you, but you can't live in our garden. You really can't, because you get into the garage and things. Hey, you're so cute. There's another one there. He's so cute. I've just been stroking him. Hey baby, you are so cute. The other one's gone back in the hole. There was 2 up here. It's just going to get something. We're going to try and catch them and take them to the field. Just caught 1. I think we're going to try and catch them one by one. Aid's just taken him in a container. We've caught him in a takeout container. And he's taken him down the bottom to the field. I did film here, but it was really windy and I couldn't hear. We're basically trying to train the passion flower along. Aren't these flowers the most beautiful? We've yet to have any fruits, but basically we've been growing this now for a couple of years, and it's only this year that I think the roots are fully established and it's really doing its thing. It's growing like crazy. We've been talking about putting some framework up so it can grow up higher. We're also, Aid's removing some of the shrubs today, and we're going to be putting in the rose. We bought a David Austin rose, and so he's planting this in this little corner today. It's a shrub, a medium shrub. And we've done it. We've removed some of the green. We know it will cover up where the, whatever that meter thing is there, I don't know. And the idea is that the shrub there is going to fill that with beautiful roses. And we've done all through here, and I think it's looking much nicer. We've had a lot of fun in the garden. The roses out there, we've pulled up shrubs and we've done all sorts. I am now going to make some pineapple chicken tacos for tea. We've just had a little bit of a shock. I thought I would make some Mexican rice. I'm doing the Cheats rice, and I put it in the microwave. I'm really bad at doing ready cooked things. It'd be like when the kids were younger, wouldn't it? If I did like oven food, I'd burn it. We just got so shocked with the biggest bang. I hadn't actually opened the rice, I just put it in the microwave and it just exploded. So I've got a very dirty microwave to clean now, haven't I? Thank you. Just heating through the little tacos. I really love tacos, so this one really intrigued me, a chicken and pineapple taco. I will leave the link to the recipe that I found on Pinterest down below, and we're using fresh pineapple today, but obviously you could use tinned. But I just fancied something really light and fresh. I'm still using the tacos, the soft tacos that I bought in the States. Aid's not a fan, I have to say. They're corn tacos, and I think it's the texture that he's not so fussed with. I really, really love them though, but it's not really something that you do for one. But we're having them tonight. It was after this meal actually that he said to me that he wasn't that keen, so I've frozen them. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with them, but I really, really like them, and I like the rough texture. I think it's quite fun. But yeah, we're trying this one. I haven't done this recipe before. It's always fun to try a new one, and especially as we'd been out in the garden all afternoon in the end. And it was quite strenuous. Those shrubs did not want to come up. And we were sort of like doing some other bits and pieces. And I was really looking forward then to coming in and having this sort of nice fresh meal. Are you a taco person? What kind of tacos do you make? And do you prefer the crunchy tacos or the soft tacos? Since having fish tacos in Florida, I've definitely sort of moved more over to soft tacos. They're definitely my favorites, like mini wraps. We don't really get much choice over here though. Somebody recently on a YouTube video asked me why we don't have as much Mexican food over here, as in, I think I've made a comment about obviously the amount of Mexican restaurants and takeouts and that you have in the States, but it's obviously because we don't have the same kind of Mexican culture over here, whereas obviously in the States there's a lot of people that have a Mexican background, which we don't have here. So I guess that's why we don't see as much over here, but I love Mexican food. It is so good. I wish we had more, and I would love to eat more of that kind of thing. It's not Aid's favorite, so it's not something that I kind of like cook too much of. We do have a little bit, but he's not really into any of the beans. He doesn't like the more textured things. He doesn't like coriander, whereas I just love it all. I really love the fresh, vibrant flavors, the colors. I love anything. I like picky food, so give me something handheld that I can kind of pick at. I'm 100% there. The nachos, he does like nachos actually. That's something he loves. But I just love it all, and I would love to have a lot more of it. So yeah, maybe I need to try and find some ways to find things that he really, really enjoys. Morrison's have had their fresh pineapples on offer this week for 68p, so we've grabbed a couple of those. I always forget how much I love fresh pineapple, and then I always think, why don't we have it more often? So we've definitely been enjoying a lot more of that lately. This is so delicious. I've added a little bit of a sweet chili spice here that I bought in the States, and then I wanted to make a sweet chili dip to go with it. This one wasn't part of the recipe. This is just something I make, and it's just simply natural yogurt with a bit of sweet chili sauce. It's a really, really good dip. Yogurt-based sauces are so easy. You can basically add anything to them. Anything to a bit of yogurt, mint sauce, mango chutney and a bit of curry powder for a curry sauce. You name it, you can turn it into a dip. It's really good.
You need to swirl that a bit.
Oh, that's really strong.
Oh, that's really good. I need one of these.
That's really strong, babe. What is it?
Tequila.
I know it's tequila. What's
Prickly
in it?
pear margarita.
That is strong.
All there is really alcohol and a bit of syrup.
Babe, that is really strong. We're going Mexican tonight, but that's extreme Mexican.
It really is.
Yeah.
Just need one drink.
I think I need some juice in that, please.
Yeah, I know, I was thinking that.
Try and get in with the rice. I've just put it through. 55p from Lidl. I bought these for my mum's party, and I bought some, what did I buy? The peri-peri ones. And I actually served them cold. I did them, popped them in a container when they'd cooled down, and I took them the following day. We're going to have ours warm with our tacos. I just popped in some passion fruit. You did this last time, didn't you? And it was really, really nice.
Yeah, now the prickly pear margarita literally is just tequila, Cointreau. There's a little bit of prickly pear syrup and simple syrup. So most of it is just alcohol. That's why it's so strong.
And I've just cooked this off so that I haven't really got any of the juice in the pan anymore. I have added a little bit of salt and a bit more seasoning, and it is absolutely delicious. So I'm using my new taco set. One problem, it doesn't actually fit on a plate. It's quite big. So I've popped them on our little boards here. I love that they come in a spoon. It's so cute. I really recommend these. They're a really nice amount for 2 people. This one has got a little bit of warmth to it. The peri peri had a much more of a kick. But it's got a little bit of kidney beans in there. It's really nice. Look how cute this looks. A little Mexican meal tonight. I know it's not properly authentic, but to us this looks so delicious. This is such a yummy chicken and pineapple mix, and I've got a little bit of peppers and cucumber and the sweet chili yogurt dip there. We've got our rice. I love these stands as well. Don't they look really cute? I thought I'd finish off this video with a Pepsi and a chat with you. I'm actually filming this a few days later. So I filmed the video a couple of weeks ago. We've had the hot spell since. I did do a video all about coping in the heat the other day. It's just been crazy. Today, it's Sunday. Actually, this is the day that the video is going out. So it's very, very current now. So I've got some catching up with you to do, which I thought would be nice. We've just come in from the plant centre. I had a hoodie on. It was so blowy. It's been so nice. We had some drizzle today. It's been lovely. It's been a much easier weekend. But I thought actually to do this a couple of weeks later would be a really sort of nice catch up, so I can fill you in on a few other things. But I also wanted just to respond to a few things that you've kind of like asked and mentioned. So I thought we would do that as well. So firstly, the tacos were so nice. Like I said, Aid's just a bit unsure with the texture of the tacos because I don't even know if we have them in the UK, the corn tacos. They've just got almost a grittiness to them, and he likes the taste, but it's the texture. I like them, but in the UK what you can do is just buy the small wraps, the tortilla wraps, and just toast them both sides. And they'd be really, really good. But the filling was really, really good. You could even have it with rice, or just like do like a bit of a poke bowl, you know, and you've got bits and pieces going on. Oh, no, Buddha bowl, not poke bowl, Buddha bowl. That would be really nice as well. So I really recommend doing that. I'll leave the recipe down below for you. The kitchen, we've made some changes actually. I'm not going to show you now, but something's happened. So I'll be sharing that in an upcoming video. So that's been done. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. I was also going to tell you something else as well. What was I going to say? Well, so far the rose bush is fine. That's good. What was I gonna say? I can't remember. My mind's just gone blank. Love language. That was it as well. I would love to hear from you as well about whether you've done any quiz like that to find out what your love language is, or whether it's made you think about the people, the closest ones around you, and what theirs is. I can't remember what my daughter's was. I need to have a think about that. She's quite a black and white person. Yeah, but she's quite thoughtful with it as well. She gives thoughtful gifts. She puts a lot of thought into her things. I don't know. I need to have a think about that one. She's, different sides to her. I don't know. Right, I'm going to go through some of the questions that you've popped on YouTube. Firstly as well, thank you for all the advice and suggestions and that with the heat. And funnily enough, before I'd put that video up, before it went live, we've bought ceiling fans. We have ceiling fans in the house, and we did actually have little fans throughout the house as well. Some people were saying that we needed them. We did have those, but sometimes it still doesn't cut it like I found at night time. The noise, I was just irritable. So the noise was bugging me. My little fan has a light. That was bugging me, and I just think I was in that mood where everything was bugging me. I think I'd got hot and bothered, and it just felt like that. But yes, the ceiling fan is so good. I've got that coming up in a video to share with you. I'm just getting on to my questions and suggestions. Loads of you relate to the craft room and the fact that us crafters like a lot of things around us. And so when you get a non-crafty person telling you you've got too much, doesn't go down well, it really doesn't. Just teasing. But no, us crafters, we're all the same. So I get that. Right. Oh, and the other thing, let's talk about a lot of Americans or non-UK people then asking why we don't have aircon in our country. For example, also, I think it was Debbie from Texas said about we now understand their heat that they experience all summer with our week. It's not the same. I can assure you, when you have the heat into the hundreds in the UK, it is so different to anywhere else. And other people that live outside of the UK in hot climates that come here say it hits differently. And I think the reason is our houses are built so different over here. Our homes are built to keep the heat in. We live in a colder climate. We don't get temperatures in the 90s and 100s normally. This is so unusual for us. So our houses retain the heat. So if you imagine that you've got temperatures like that, but you've got no aircon, but your walls in your house are hot to touch, your floors are hot, even the quartz work surface has been warm, it's warm to touch, everything in the house feels hot. So you have that for a week long, and like we found as well, I'm sure everybody else is saying the same. If you've been out and like you come home, your whole house is like an oven, everything is hot, you can't get the air to circulate, everything is so hot. So even when you've got fans and ceiling fans and things, your house is hot. It really is. It's just completely different. And for those of you outside of the UK, for example, the fridges and freezers are broken in most supermarkets at the moment. We took our youngest to do a food shop yesterday in Tesco's. Everything's closed. We could not buy. There was a small area for like cheese. We got cheese and we got sausages. Couldn't buy any chicken, there's no pork, nothing like that, nothing. All the freezers and fridges are broken, and I know a lot of the supermarkets are in the same thing. Schools have needed to be closed. And again, there was a comment from somebody saying it doesn't understand it, how the country comes to a standstill, somebody in the UK, and you know, it's silly, you know, schools closing, but I can understand it because it has to be a health and safety thing, it really does. Poor Aid the other day, he had meetings in our little office. He'd planned to try and finish early and we were going to go to Starbucks again. It was one meeting and after another. He stepped out of that office, his t-shirt was dripping and he just felt really sick, really lightheaded, and actually the next day as well he didn't feel great. And just from being in a really closed in office in front of a screen, my Mac radiates so much heat as well. So I think unless you're in that situation, it's very, very difficult to sort of like understand. But like I say, if you're sort of from a hotter area, you imagine not having any aircon but a house that keeps that heat in as well. It's very, very different. But, it's very nice to be of a cooler temperature. Today we feel a bit more geared up. The ceiling fans are really good, so we've got more heat coming the end of next week, but not quite as hot, but we feel ready for it this time actually. I also love that somebody put on Instagram that everyone's sort of really struggling in this heat in the UK, but yet we'll stomp 30,000 steps around a theme park in Disney. That is so true. It really is. A couple of you mentioned my glass jars on my windowsill in my craft room. I never even gave that a thought. I do need to go and remove those when we get the heat next time. Didn't even think about that. So thank you for mentioning that. And Debbie asked if I have screensavers with sound on my TV. I do. I tend to turn them off though, because a lot of the time I'm filming or something like that, or I've got the radio on. But a lot of them have like Tweety birds and that kind of thing. That's quite sweet. Tracy, thank you so much. You mentioned about getting some special fertilizer for my honeysuckle plant for climbers, and I never even thought about that. We've been given everything Tomerite actually. I don't know if that's the right thing to do, but everything seems to be doing really well. And let me go and show you the honeysuckle. I mentioned this in a video the other day, and then I came downstairs and suddenly we have starts of flowers starting. There's quite a few of them as well. Just literally they arrived overnight, so it's really filling out now. Just all of a sudden, I put some strings up there this week as well. It seems like we're gonna get our first lot of flowers. I can't wait. I hope it smells nice. going to finish this video now. We're heading back out in the garden. I'm even thinking about making a little roast dinner this afternoon, a little mini one, now that I feel I can actually put the oven back on again. But thank you for watching. I appreciate it so much. I hope you're having a lovely weekend, and I hope you've got a little bit of cooler weather now too. I'll catch up with you next week. Have a great week, and I'll see you then. Take care. Bye.